Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Aarti and I have 7 years of experience in teaching biology, guiding students towards some different exams like NEET, MCAT or NCA levels exam. Okay, so in this session, we are going to start one of the most important topics of your syllabus, which is your cellular respiration. So, from this picture, you just can make a guess how interesting session is just going to be happen today. So cellular respiration, see, this is actually not that one respiration like we are inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. No, actually in our body we have a two types of respiration. Okay, some is the internal one and some are the external one. So today we are just going to work on the cellular respiration. So now, why is this topic important? Because without energy, no life process is possible, and energy in our body is going to be stored and used in the form of ATP. Absolutely right. ATP. So, ATP is your adenosine triphosphate, or we can say this is the energy molecules. This is the energy molecules and adenosine triphosphate. So, today we will cover the first part of the cellular respiration, which is glycolysis, and in the upcoming parts, we will move step by step into the link reaction, Krebs cycle, and your oxidative phosphorylation. This all journey is just starting from the glycolysis first, and at last we will work on the different steps of cycles. So, in the today's lesson, we will have to focus on the very first step, which is your glycolysis. Now, so let's begin. First of all, cellular respiration is the process by which cell break down glucose to release energy. Whatever that you are eating, it just like converted into the glucose. So your body is going to be utilize that glucose to release energy in terms of ATP. But this is actually not as much simple step that you can see there. First of all, glucose has to convert it into different molecules just to release ATP, and furthermore we will have to face some different cycles like Krebs cycle and then etc, like the electron transport chain, and in between the glycolysis and the Krebs cycle we will have a link reactions, and at last in the electron transport chain you just can get an enormous amount of ATP molecule so that you can feel energetic through the entire day. So cellular respiration is just a very simple process by which cells break down glucose to release energy, and this energy is captured in the form of ATP. So we have two main types of respirations. One is your aerobic respiration, another one is your anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means like those reactions needs oxygen, and anaerobic respiration means we don't need oxygen there. So first step is the glycolysis, occurs in the cytoplasm. Right, cytoplasm. Just focus on this picture. This is a eukaryotic cell where you can see different types of cell organelles. Yes, this is the mitochondria, which we don't need in the today's lesson. Okay, but yes, rest of the part like the colored part, this is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is actually just like the jelly like substance. In this cytoplasm rest of the cellular components are going to be float in that so that they can grow there. And now, so cytoplasm is the one major one place where your glycolysis process can starts with the one molecule of glucose. So first whatever that you are eating, your body starts utilizing your body starts absorbing glucose from the food, and it just give it to the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, glucose is going to be split into the two molecules of pyruvate, which is the three carbon molecules each. So glucose is break down into the two molecules of pyruvate, pyruvate 1 and the pyruvate too. Glucose is the 6 carbon molecule and pyruvate is the 3 carbon molecules. Now, during this process, 2 ATP are going to be used, like the investment phase, and the 4 ATP are going to be produced, which is the payoff phase. So, net gain 2 ATP molecule. And also, in this entire step, or like in this entire process, you just can get the 2 NADH are also going to be produced. So, this is like an initial spark that starts the energy production process. Now, what is the significance of glycolysis? It is universal, like universal occurs in almost all organisms. And glycolysis can provide quick energy even without oxygen. And they are just going to be prepare substrate or further process like the Krebs cycles and the oxidative phosphorylation. So now let's understand this reaction by using this picture. One side we have a glucose, which is the 6 carbon molecule. It gives you 2 ATP molecules and 2 NADH molecules. And at last, it just converted into the 2 pyruvate molecules, which is again the 3 carbon molecules. Now, apart from this, somewhere here we will have a link reaction, which we are not going to discuss in the today's video. So, just in the today's video, we discuss the introduction of cellular respiration and the just first step of glycolysis. So we saw how one molecules of glucose breaks into the 2 molecules of pyruvate, giving us a net gain of 2 ATP and 2 NADH. But this is just the beginning. In the next part of this video series, we will explore what happens to the pyruvate molecules in the link reactions and how energy yield increase in the Krebs cycle, and finally how the bulk of ATP is going to be produced during the oxidative phosphorylation. I know like you are very curious to know like what exactly is going to be happen with our pyruvate. So but you need to be just have some patience, so just stay tuned and don't forget, mastering this topic is very crucial not only for your exams but also for understanding the foundation of your life process. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next session. Bye bye.